Praktische Wissenschaft. Könnte ich die jetzt einfach aus dem Inventar heraus? Einladung. Anscheinend nicht. Mysteriöse Notizen.
My dear Elizabeth, I'm writing to inform you of some unfortunate news. We won't be able to meet as planned on the first Sunday of May. I've been told that you're no better, and, unfortunately, your brothers and I are absolutely snowed under by the work required to govern this new country. Please excuse us. As soon as we can get free, even if it's just for a day, I promise we shall come and see you. Your loving father, John Adams. P.S. Don't hold it against your mother. She still isn't ready. Please don't judge her. I'm sure you will be able to put all of this behind you.
Ist die geistesgestört oder die Eltern wollten sie loswerden in dem Prestige? Das ist verdammt viel Alkohol.
Looks like I found a box containing some kind of white crystals.
Nee, da werde ich ein Hai von, dann nehme ich keine davon. Heisenberg!
A novel of the initiation of a young woman into polite society.
Psychologie-Immun.
June 11th, 1791. My dear Elizabeth, your last letter gave me much cause for concern. Your words were so cold, as if emotions no longer matter to you. Father maintains that the secondary effects of your treatment still trouble you, but that they will soon subside. Should I believe him? I cling to the belief that we shall soon see each other again, at long last. Write soon. Your loving sister, Abigail. P.S. Don't forget to tell me what present you want. August 24th, 1792. Elizabeth, I am driven to despair and doubt there is any point in writing to you. I'm not even sure you'll receive my letters. Father controls my correspondence more and more. I am certain he filters our exchanges. Thankfully, one of the chambermaids is able to help me get my letters to you. But they still remain unanswered. I often think about you and pray every day to be able to hold you tight. We have so much time to make up. I beg you, answer me, please. Your loving sister, Abigail. P.S. That horrible woman came again yesterday. She spent a long time speaking with Father. I didn't understand everything because they spoke in French, but I'm sure they were talking about you.
Da haben sie doch... Entweder wurde ihr was angetan oder die wurde langsam schizophren, verrückt, Verfolgungswahn. Interessant, dass ich mit dem Kreis nicht interagieren darf. Ja, aber den Kristallen, ne, das geht. Wahrscheinlich für Trance oder sich empfänglich zu machen und irgendein Ritual abhalten. Ne, nicht wenn ich zum Essen gehe. Okay, kann ich bei noch jemanden reinschauen? Georgie, wie sieht's bei dir aus?
Let no one disturb me. I'm busy.
Too bad. I'll see him later.
können wir noch rein?
Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
Piaggi. Darf ich auch nicht rein? Ich gedacht, ich habe allgemein noch Zeit für einen.
Might be better to take a different stairway. Monsieur Napoleon Bonaparte.
Kann ich vielleicht mit dem Diener reden?
Might be better to take a different stairway.
Okay. Ich hab's versucht. Wow.
Excuse me, Monsieur de Richet? I really need to talk to you.
Is
Sie
this
schaut
about last night?
No, that was just a misunderstanding. I'm sure it was a little bit my fault, too.
There's no excuse for that man's horrible behavior. You ought to tell Sir Home.
Look, the only thing that I care about is that I've lost something precious. I'm not worried about Jacques Peru.
You didn't happen to lose this, did you?
Where did you find it?
In the small salon.
It's the only reminder I have of my beloved sister. I thought that swine stole it from me.
So viele Entscheidungen.
You're her son. Sarah de Richet's son.
Yes, why?
Last night, I found out that your mother was on the island. What are you doing here?
Same as everyone else. I accepted Lord Mortimer's invitation.
I know your mother very well.
Really?
Yes, I have been in your mother's care ever since I was born.
She nursed you.
Oh, I wouldn't say nursed. No. I remember her stare, cold as ice. Her sadistic hands pressing over my mouth to silence me while I screamed in pain. I remember her knees, too. She held me down with them while she cut and burned scars into me.
What?
Hold on a minute. What do you mean?
You can ask her when you see her.
Huh, she's getting more and more agitated. And next you're gonna tell me my mother's also responsible for that scar on your head?
My heart stopped twice during the operation. I lost my memory for 6 months. You obviously have no idea of the abuse your mother inflicted on me.
Wait. There must be some kind of mistake.
My only mistake was ever meeting your mother.
She's able to describe every detail without hesitation or getting flustered. It's becoming difficult not to believe the poor girl.
Look, I've got to go.
Wait. I need to know more about you and my mother. Why did she put you through all of that? There must be some reason for what she did.
What's the point of rubbing salt in the wounds?
Die ist immun gegen Psychologie. Also,
You're right. I don't want this conversation to turn into an interrogation. You've suffered enough already. I respect your silence. Please excuse me.
Well, thank you. I know your little game. You're no different from the rest of them. You couldn't give a damn about me. The only thing you're interested in is finding out about your mother.
relax.
Don't say that. Not everyone wants to use you. Some people care about you, don't they?
Ihre Schwester.
Haven't you got a sister?
Yes,
I'm sure she loves you with all her heart.
she's the only one who cares about me. I would have put an end to it all by now if it weren't for her. Since you insist, I'll tell you how I met your mother.
Thanks for trusting me.
You see, before I was born, my mother often suffered from hallucinations and fits of anger. Soon people could barely recognize her. She became a completely different person. So my father spent an enormous amount of money paying for the best doctors, but none of them were able to cure her. The last resort was to call a priest.
So, is that what your father did?
No. He went to an expert in the occult.
Ah, my mother.
Her reputation already extended beyond our borders. My mother's fits stopped at my birth, and Sarah de Richet concluded that the evil had passed into me.
Echt jetzt?
Not only did it encourage her to stay, but she took the opportunity to advise my father to separate me from the rest of my family. That's how I was declared stillborn. My fate was decided that very day.
Aber
It
warum?
would coincide with my mother's frequent trips to America.
I had my first fit when I was 3. That's when your mother began her experiments to rid me of the evil inside.
Ganz schön
I
pragmatische
understand how
Mutter.
you feel, but I know my mother. I'm sure she had her reasons, even if it seems difficult to
Ja,
believe.
aber rechtfertigen die Gründe
Everything she
das?
put me through was all for nothing. My whole life was ruined for nothing.
Da
So what
stimme ich ja
brings you
irgendwie
here
zu.
then?
My father used to know Sir Holm. He offered to introduce me to the world's leading authority in the occult.
Lord Mortimer.
He was my last hope. Until I found out he had also invited your mother.
It's got to be a coincidence. I don't believe for a second she's come here for you.
You can't change my mind about this, Louis. My days are numbered, and I know it.
Relax, nicht verzagen, runter fragen. Lady in Red. Sie kommt wohl nicht zum Essen. Ja, hallo, Paul Petersen.
What can I do for you, sir? I am at your service day and night, sir.
As I was unable to bring my personal effects with me, I was wondering if you could find me a few items.
Of course, sir. What would you require?
Ah, gib mir einfach ein Buch.
What's that book you're hiding in your jacket?
The Sorrows of Young Werther by Goethe, sir. And I am not hiding it.
Hand it to me, please.
It is damaged, sir. I would never dare lend sir a book in such a pitiful state, sir. I took it to restore.
Ah, das wäre auch ein bisschen gemein. Kriegen wir vielleicht Bernstein?
My good fellow, would you have any amber available?
I would, but unfortunately I don't think I am authorized to give it out, sir. I believe it is a precious stone.
Schwierigkeitsgrad 5. Uiuiui. Manipulation und Belesenheit. Ist doch... Warum? Ja gut, ist wahrscheinlich ihn verarschen wieder. Okay. Trotzdem danke.
What can you tell me about the guests?
Do excuse me, sir, but I am bound by discretion to say nothing about Lord Mortimer's guests, sir. Perhaps sir would like to know something else?
I would like to speak about your master, Lord Mortimer.
Do please excuse me, sir, but I shall make no comment about my master. Is there anything else
Respect.
that sir would like to know?
Was ist im zweiten?
Yes. What can I find on the second floor?
That floor is strictly reserved for Lord Mortimer, sir. In the west wing, on the second floor, are his private chambers. In the east wing are the rooms reserved for Lord Mortimer's personal guests. At the moment, these rooms are reserved for Sir Holm, sir. But only authorized guests may access that area.
Also
Does
einschlagen.
sir have any more questions?
Yes. Can you briefly describe the ground floor, please?
Very well, sir. On the ground floor, there are mainly living rooms. Sir finds himself at present in the Grand Hall. From the Grand Hall, Sir can access, on one side, the small salon where the guests like to relax with a good book. From there, Sir can access the conference room, which is closed at present for preparations. That is where Lord Mortimer likes to gather all of his guests for talks. From the other side of the Grand Hall, Sir may access the dining room. That is where Sir's meals will be served. From the dining room, Sir may benefit from an exceptional view overlooking the island. It is also the best way to access the portrait gallery, where a large part of Lord Mortimer's works are exhibited. And in the gallery, Sir will also find access to the garden. But Sir may be reassured the building is accessible on both sides, so that it surrounds the garden in question. So, Sir should not find cause to worry. No one has ever gotten lost.
Ja, niemand.
Except for my mother.
Genau.
Has Sir another question?
What is outside on the island exactly?
Lord Mortimer has made a point of keeping the main part of the island in its natural state, sir. For security reasons, only the wharves and the gardens are accessible to guests. If Sir would like to walk along the wharves, he has only to follow the pathway used upon his arrival. If he would like to walk in the interior gardens of the manor, I would advise Sir to pass through the portrait gallery. May I help Sir in any other way?
Heißt es, ich darf dahin? Dachte ich mir.
Lord Mortimer certainly has a taste for staging rooms.
Ach so, die sehe ich noch nicht, weil ich da noch nicht war. Und ja, es geht wohl um einiges noch nach unten. Ladies and Gentlemen. Ja, es fehlen mir
Dear
halt Punkte
friends,
Etikette.
I bid you welcome. I hope the night was not too short. Your Eminence, Duchess, Monsieur de Richet, allow me to introduce our new guests. They arrived during the night. Johann Christoph von Wollner, Minister of Religious Affairs and close aide of Frederick William II, King of Prussia. Napoleon Bonaparte, Lieutenant of the French Revolutionary Army. And Jacques Peroux, French Revolutionary Tribunal Judge. Unfortunately, my friends, Lord Mortimer will not be joining us this morning, but he should be with us later. So, let us begin.
What is Mortimer playing at? He tells me to come urgently and he sends no one to meet me?
Thank you again for the wine, Your Eminence. It is served every day at the king's table.
I am delighted to hear it.
Volner and Piaggi seem to be getting along well.
Italien
My dear
und Deutschland.
Johann, how are you?
Glad to make landfall at last. And yourself.
Very well.
And your husband?
He's poorly. The French Revolution gives him terrible headaches.
Oh, I understand. I shall feel better too, as soon as the situation is settled.
If by chance the French crisis is emulated in Berlin, there will always be a refuge for you in London, my dear.
Your offer does you honor, Emily. But London is much closer to Paris than Berlin. Beware. The French are capable of sailing up the Thames straight to the Houses of Parliament.
Oh, my friend, I am shaking in my clogs.
Solche leeren Plattitüden.
Is the wine to your liking?
Very much so, Sir Gregory. Such complexity. Typically French. A Sauterne, isn't it?
Absolutely.
If I'm not mistaken, this is not Lord Mortimer's favourite wine. It is yours.
In his absence, I have taken the liberty of making a slight deviation from the rule, but I count on your discretion.
Don't worry, I appreciate the same grape varieties as you. I remember the last time we tasted that nectar here at this table. The finest minds of the century were present.
And the last time we drank it, the
Schmetterlinge?
orphanage in Bloomsbury was still in ruins.
Would you repeat that?
Oh, well, I put some small effort into the works. The orphanage reopened just before Christmas. The bedrooms, washrooms, and the classrooms had all been refurbished.
I don't know what to say. You have given the girls a wonderful Christmas gift. Thank you.
I made a promise. Now it is done.
Ja.
It's the first time I've ever seen her so moved. Just mentioning that orphanage broke right through Emily's hard shell.
You must be joking. Anche te melone.
Is everything all right?
Yes, thank you. I had a moment of absence, but here I am again.
Liegt bestimmt an der Corsage.
My lord, I only know the prestige of your name. Might I have the honor of getting to know you a little better?
You are Monsieur
Louis Moras de Richet.
de Richet. De Richet. A name with a nobiliary particle. Are you descended from a noble line?
And right he was too.
Ah, schade, das wird nicht
I am
klar.
just a simple French citizen.
Really? Oh, you seem nothing like a commoner. Especially compared to that wretch over there sharing our meal.
Of course.
Have you any information on this Napoleon?
Please feel at home.
He's certainly well connected and in high places.
Surprising. No one appears to know him.
Yes, I heard.
No one knows me, and yet here I am.
Quite so.
Please.
Ja, der
Monsieur
Amerikaner,
de Richet,
Überzeugung, ja.
it would seem we have common interests. Could we speak in private, please?
Wow.
I'm not sure if I understand.
Das...
Lord Mortimer and the Golden Order, through your mother, have concluded a financial agreement.
Stay composed, Louis. I'm listening.
An agreement for cannons. Lord Mortimer assured me that you are to take over the project on behalf of your mother. You must know that I am deeply sorry about their disappearance, but I must validate the deal urgently if I want to be able to organize things properly.
I haven't seen Lord Mortimer yet. I'm afraid I'll be unable to answer your
Ja, ich
questions.
habe keine Ahnung, wovon er
He
redet.
assured me that you could replace your mother during her absence.
I appreciate his confidence, but still, this is a bit hasty. But please continue.
Of course, but I need to know if I can count you among my allies.
Well, of course.
And for that, I have a little question for you.
Okay.
The agreement stipulates an aid of 50,000 louis d'or for 200 cannon.
What do you want to know?
I don't know. Maybe you ought to speak to my mother.
Oh, what a pity. I was hoping you would be up to the challenge. Too bad. I have one last question I would like to pose to you. We don't know each other yet, you and I. And I need to make sure that we both share the same vision for the future of France. Given the hard times that have befallen our beautiful country, what do you think it would take to restore its luster?
Nein, das Volk... Ja. Das Volk
Let the
sollte
people make their
freigeben.
own choices.
You are joking, I hope. The people are simply not capable of taking charge, don't you see? They are an uneducated mob who react on the spur of the moment, incapable of providing a coherent vision for the good of the country. I think there must be a misunderstanding.
What do you mean?
I cannot believe that Lord Mortimer advised me to speak to you. I must have misunderstood. Excuse me, please.
Bravo, Louis. Total fiasco.
Fuck you.
My friends, I would like to say a few words, please. I would like to thank Lord Mortimer, and you, Sir Holm, for bringing us all together here. Those of us for whom it is not the first time here, like me, are all trembling in sweet anticipation of the arrival of our host. For the rest, I would like to reassure you that Lord Mortimer always has a few surprising projects to propose. But I can assure you that each and every one of us has always benefited from them. The last time I came to this place, Lord Mortimer offered to help me in my electoral campaign for the presidency of the United States. And it is imminently clear that his support was an invaluable aid to us. We are here among like-minded people. So let us put aside the conflicts in which some of our nations find themselves at present. So I raise my glass in honor of you all, my new and old friends.
I trust you shall not be disappointed, Mr. Washington. Right, we shall meet again tomorrow. All the guests will be present, as well as Lord Mortimer, I hope. Until then, I trust you will find plenty
Ich bin sozial
to keep you
inkompetent.
amused.
Ich kann analysieren, aber wenn es mit Leuten geht, verkack ich's. Ja, ein Teil beschmutzt. Oh, ja, hab ich das nicht... Ach so, Napoleons Zimmer anstatt hier die Lady. Wissenschaft am... Ach, da kann man ja sowieso nicht mehr hin. Ich habe das Gefühl, dass uns Logik bei Dings Mortimer helfen wird.
Alright, let's recap. Before dinner, I was going to investigate my mother's message. I've got to find the place where all eyes size you up.
Die Kette, Überzeugung. Gut, einen Punkt hätte es mich sowieso nicht auf Level 1 gebracht, das hat es keinen Unterschied gemacht. Okay, die fliegen nicht mal weg. Hey, was... Oh. Atemberaubend. Einfach nur wow. Tja, Telltale Games hätte ihre Engine ruhig mal erweitern können über die Jahre. Kuchen zum Frühstück? Dir will ich noch nicht reden. Wo sind wir denn laut Map? Dann geht's weiter. Roter Saal. Das Bild.
Dining on ham. Well, that's very appetizing.
Ja, ja, auch damals hat man schon Bilder von seinem Essen gemacht.
Circe. The lock is surrounded by a triple circle.
Hab ich nicht. Gelee?
I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later.
Na, dann reden wir mal mit dem Päpstler.
Well,
Cardinal.
Your Eminence, do you still have any room left?
Ah, my son, the sin of gluttony is the most difficult of all in my eyes. Nevertheless, what a charming moment we have had together. I'm delighted I was able to talk to Mr. von Wollner. We hadn't spoken to each other for an eternity.
Yes. I noticed that Your Eminence knew a fair number of people at the table.